What's happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode. Time for another unbagging. This has some good lures in it. Speaking of new lures, got some of those and some of these. We got a lot to cover, so enough yapping. Let's look. First, we'll look at the Bank and Creek kit. Cool little kit that they do over at Lurenet. Of course, I'll leave my code. Everything linked below. You can get 15% off anything you order over there because these are every 2 months, and it's really cool because they have special custom colors of things that you can only find in here, like this cool little guy. Now, this is a throwback to the old Zaraspook puppy that I used to use growing up, and this is very close to that old frog color that I used to throw, that bullfrog yellow. It had those green spots on it, and this is actually called Cracked Spotted Frog, I think. Yeah, so it's like a cracked top, which is really neat. Got those bullfrog dots on it. It's got the little orange red spot there for him to key in on. It's got your feathered treble back there, all ready to go. That is awesome, and you all know I have been killing it this year on the popper, so I have zero doubt in my mind that I will be able to go out and catch some fish on that. Love it, a throwback to the old colors. Okay, continuing on with the hard baits, the new head and spit and image. If you've not seen these, head and finally got on board with the whole plopper tail lure. So whopper, plopper, choppo, whatever you want to call it. But look at this. This thing has the flat side. So there's like the spitting image, the splashing image. I forget what they all are. Different versions of these bodies. One of them had like a little bill on it. I've still got my old ones, the Excalibur ones, of these spitting images with Bill Dance's signature on it. Super cool. These, as you can see, are still that same body shape. But this one, this spinning image, with the spin and tail on back. Now, testing this, it does have the hole in tail, so it does leave a good prominent bubble trail, and with this being shaped, more of like a straight up and down, you can kind of walk this back and forth, and it almost reminds me of like a prop bait, because it gives that splash to it instead of just a plop, 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 plop when you straight reel it. You can fish it both ways. This is a custom color you only get in the bag, which is really, really neat. They sent me some of these before, and I was like, oh, how come I didn't get that one color? I really like that one. Well, of course, the cool color they saved for the box. This is called Bone Olive, and I like it. It's got that green iridescence on it, kind of that olive shad look around the eyes, and then, of course, your bone. If you only had two colors for Topwater, bone and chrome, I think will pretty much do it all. So that one is sweet. Can't wait to throw that because that fall bite is going to be getting hot, hot, hot. And we have a little Bandit 200. Love these little crankbaits. I have a blueback chrome. I think it's the 200 size that has been great for me over the years that I've used. I've had it for I don't know how long. But I remember like the Bandits, the Bombers, Normans. They used to have the side aisle cap deals when Dad and I would go to like Kmart or Walmart way back in the day. I could always pick out a lure when we went. So I always remember getting these crankbaits. Paul's Discount was another one. Did y'all ever have those? Might be a Midwest thing, but anyway, cheap lures. That's a good color. Citrus shad kind of look. What do they call it? Citrus shad. Yep, with that white pearl belly, red up into the greenish blue. Good color around here for dirty, stained water. These next three kind of go together because you can use these. So they gave you some more of those Great Lakes heads. Those jig heads are absolutely awesome. I've used them on a Ned rig. Work awesome on that. The hooks are super sharp. They've got that lead keeper that's kind of the conical deal that holds it well. Really good jig heads there, good quality. And these can either go with this. I caught some of these on a video or fish on these a while back, drop shotting it. I know, but it actually looks really cool in the water drop shot. It's these matte plastics is the thing that I really like from Great Lakes. This is a little 2.4 inch Hellgramite. Those things, if you ever see one in real life, kind of creepy looking. And then one of these. When's the last time I have fished one of these? Probably one of the best all-time confidence lure fish catchers ever, and I barely ever throw them anymore. A simple curly tail grub. A little 2 or 3 inch grub will catch anything. I mean, absolutely anything. The old man's auger tail used to be my favorite. So these and yum. Definitely gonna have to get these out. What do they call this? True Gill. That's what I was thinking. It looks like kind of like a bait fish. That sparkle in it. It's got that kind of yellow tail. They say it's a walleye lure, but I don't care. Curly tail grub will catch like that. I'll catch you anything. Sticking with that True Gill, and you could probably use that little grub on the back of these. Last two to round this out. Really cool color. These are both True Gill in the little Pond Magic. We've all thrown one of these. For a little pond lure, these are absolutely awesome. 3/16. Throwing this on one of my BFS setups will be a blast. I know I've kind of gotten the BFS game after talking crap, but I've stayed true to what I said. I think it's cool for downsized bass lures. Trying to get into the super tiny, minute things makes zero sense to me. But even this 3/16, you could throw this on a regular baitcaster, no problem. But once you get those BFS ones, you put like 5-pound line on there, man, you can sling a little lure like this. And then a little tiny buzz bait. So for the pond stuff around here or those lakes that you have that are really, really pressured, these are going to be great. I think that is a killer kit. They kill the kit every single time they do it. It's always had good lures, and they do those custom colors, which is really, really cool to see that. But what else do we have? Okay, the next thing we're looking at are the new jerk baits from Boya. So I don't know all the colors. I need to look at these because my only complaint with looking at these first three, this Elgy bone, I don't really know what that color is, but that blue, kind of that bone look, you see on those jerk baits. Sexy shad, and then this last one, copper shad. They all have kind of the same quick flash appearance, kind of that translucent, not much differentiation. They do have that cool like holographic outside, but looking at these, to me, those are all three very, very similar. So I would like to see a little bit more variance. This is what it looks like. Now they say that this profile with this flash, so this is the whole big deal behind it. See there? It's got a little willow blade embedded in the plastic. Now they say with all this, it's supposed to have a better return on forward-facing sonar. I don't know that I believe that. I thought forward-facing sonar was more of a profile and maybe a density deal. Is that little blade going to make any difference showing up on your forward-facing sonar? I don't know. I don't have it, but I don't know how much that's going to work. What I can see, as long as this sits nose down, of course I haven't got to fish it yet. I just got these. I might have to wait the trouble because I'm going to want this to sit head down. So when I'm working this, I get some of that good flash off this in the water. Jerk baits, a lot of the times are sight lures, right? They see it from a ways, they key in on it, they come up and look at it, and then it's that dart, dart, dart pause that just makes them want to eat it. Profile, this looks really good. Reminds me of like the older Lucky Craft pointers that I used to throw and absolutely loved. It's got the 3 treble hooks that I like, but I think that slight flash of the blade could be cool. Maybe it gets you 1 or 2 extra fish to come in or look at it. I don't know, but I think that part could be cool with it. So I want to get these out and test them. Good looking shape, that kind of 110 size. They say how big? I don't know, but it looks pretty close to your 110 size. Good looking jerk bait. I'll need to see what other colors they have because to me, those 3 look very, very similar. Hopefully they've got some opaque and like something with like a little bit of chrome on it, but still a cool little looking bait. Next up, man, they sent me a whole bunch of Craws. They've got a bunch of new different sizes, but mainly focusing on the new matte colorations, which I think are really cool. So this first one is the Rusty Craw. Kind of got that yellowish, kind of tan side, goes up into green. It's got that rusty crawfish spot, that red spot there. That's what they're known for when you see those out in the wild. This is the deeper diver one. This is the Wee Craw, I don't know, deeper diver. I don't know how they differentiate the different ones, but that color, oh, there we go. That's a really good look at it. The Tiger Craw, which is like your fire tiger in the crawfish pattern. That one looks neat, especially that orange belly. Winter Craw, so looking a little bit more pale, that yellowish, the orange spots on the side, going up to kind of a darker. You can see they've got the crawfish lines in there. Pretty cool. And the last one, which is actually kind of similar to that color, this one, Gully Craw. So again, that tannish, very natural colors, but again, really focusing on that matte. It's a matte paint job, meaning it's not glassy. It's not real shiny, the finish that they use. It's just that flat matte, which I think is neat. And basically come out with those in all the different sizes. So you've got the wee craw, the little tiny crawfish, different sizes those in those new, I'm pretty sure they're going to do a limited run of those, the matte colors, to see what they're like. I've thrown like the little craws like this were cool back in the day. I haven't thrown them for quite some time. But definitely a little fish catcher, throwing those around the rocks and stuff. Looks like a little craw scurrying out of there. And last up, some of the new crick hopper, the cricket lures. And these I'm actually the most excited for. This one in particular because it's a little cricket popper. Poppers have killed it this year. A little natural cricket like this. I wish I could have got them a little sooner in the summer. They must not have the micro one. I thought they had a smaller one of like this, like the popper size. Which topwater around here with bluegill, crappie, anything around those rocks or vegetation feeding, I think that'll be cool. It's that matte series again. This one's called the Fire Cricket. Got a bunch of red on it. That one looks cool, but around here, we have so many of these, like in the dirt. Actually, these two, like match exactly the craws or the crickets that we have around here. that kind of darker brown top, and it gets down to that kind of yellowy with those lines on it. We have a bunch of these. You walk around the bank, you see these everywhere. That's called the Army cricket color, and this is the, which one? That's the crick hopper, so smaller size with the little bill. And then this one, that other color I liked, which is matte brown. Not the fighter. You can see it's a dark top, goes down into that brown with the lines. Did a really cool job on these, so you can see kind of the different size between those two. A little bit smaller body profile, a little bit larger body profile. So a couple different sizes of those. And then this is the last color, rusty brown. So tan belly going into kind of some of those reddish oranges. That's kind of a speckled top. I don't know that I really see these around here with that kind of speckly, gravelly look to them. But those other two I think will be killer. So that's all the new stuff that I got from over at Lurenet. Comment below and let me know what your favorite is. My favorite right there. Cannot wait to fish it. I love that they kind of did a gussy up the old, you know, famous colorway. Well, to me, famous colorway, that old bullfrog coloration. Absolutely love that. And to see that in kind of a new redone gets me excited. I love like when the old stuff meets new. Kind of a nerd when it comes to that. But otherwise, comment below and let me know what your favorite was out of those. I'm going to take this stuff out really soon and do some fishing. Kind of talk through some of these because there's a couple that I think are really going to be good around here, and I want to test it. So comment and let me know. Today's subscribe fishing friend, I'm going to go with my guy, Philip Cheek. Just wrote his name down on the board. He has been somebody who has supported me for so long, has sent a bunch of stuff. I've got some lipless lures that I owe him from a giveaway a while back. Philip, I appreciate you and all the other people who have stuck with me for the longest time. My daughter was actually back watching some of my super old videos. She's like, Dad, your hair was long and you look different. I'm like, what do you mean, honey? She's like, well, you look taller, or maybe it's just that you were skinnier. I was like, well, yeah, I'm I'm a little bit rotund now. Thanks, honey. From the mouth of a kid. They don't hold back, and I appreciate it. You know, I was like, you're right, honey. I need to get my butt working out a little bit more. But anyway, love you all. I can't wait to get out to do some fishing soon. Hopefully you all are as well. So enough yapping. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Till next time.